Hello YouTube and welcome to episode 3 of the Reggina race here with Damien, and as always we are trying to race against the clock. When FM19 comes out, we want Reggina Calabria to be in the Serie A and in the Champions League. We don't necessarily have to win either of them, we just have to be there first and then see where the ride goes from there. You guys last watched the Mat 3 game, I reckon, maybe? Where we won 5-1, or maybe it was a different game. I cannot remember when the last time you guys were here. We did stream last night. We did stream a lot of games. I'm tempted to say it was the Mat 3 game. If I'm wrong, I apologise. Anyhow, though, we have gone through since then and streamed a whole heap of games. As you can see, we've been on a decent run of form. We beat Besiktas, who we lost to. Lecce, unfortunately, we were good value in that game too. We played quite well on stream. We then beat Casadena. Field Andrea just must have the beating of us. They beat us 6-0 up here. They beat us 4-1. We weren't even in the game at all. We then beat Rendi. We lost to Catania in a game that we didn't dominate, but, we didn't play badly in. We just didn't create enough clear-cut chances, but every time Catania went forward, it looked like they were going to score. We then went and won the last two games against Monopoly and Pagnese, 3-1 both, which has left us in 4th spot. We're 2 points off Cosenza in 3rd spot. UV Stabia is not too far away all of a sudden. And look, if Lecce decided to keep losing games, that would not be too bad as well. But I think Lecce pretty much done and dusted in terms of winning the league. You don't see him losing enough games for the lucks of us to catch him. There's still quite a fair games to go. In terms of what we're going to stream next, it depends how I feel. I'm currently on my lunch break at work right now. I've actually come home from work to film this episode, try and get it out before I leave back home in my 45-minute lunch break. I do only work just up the road. So then we can maybe stream the rest of these games tonight. It does depend. I do have coaching till late, like last night when I streamed, and it could get a little bit later, and we do have work at 7 a.m. I try to keep Tuesdays, if I do stream, only when we don't have coaching, and when we do have coaching, we usually don't stream. We then have Wednesday afternoon that we could stream for quite a fair bit before coaching. It'll probably be the more likely time. But anyhow, I will get into this game here. When saying that, no, we won't. We've actually made a couple of transfers in the January transfer windows. You notice it's now March. Stefano Mauri is the first player that came in. Now, Stefano Mauri is a player that is of age, but has got 11 caps to Italy. Looks absolutely sensational apart from his... even his physicals is not too bad apart from his pace and his agility. He's come in and played 6 games, 4 goals, and got the one player of the match at a 7.03. He's been quite the player for us. The other one, we actually spent money for the first time in the save. We got Rafael Schivia, who was transfer listed from Salentina in the Serie B. Wasn't getting game time. Wasn't happy he wasn't getting game time. Obviously played 17 games from last season, or when we signed him, actually. We then just picked him up at 30k. Not a problem. He wasn't playing for him. I was happy to pick him up for 30k. He actually looks really good, and he'll be at the back as well. And that run of form that you've seen is probably coincides that we're playing Schivia at the back. Mauri's in there. Toulousi's been absolutely amazing. He was injured for the Sandria Andrea game. We lost 4-1. I'm just trying to play him whenever it is possible. In terms of what we're going to do at the team's going to stay as it is. You guys still reckon he's called Mountain. We challenged Mountain's name due to the stream wanting him to be called Tiny B, because he's obviously just tiny at 6'5". And then his last name's obviously Bianchi Mano. So we had just called him Tiny B. Sounds quite cool. I quite like Tiny B. Anyhow, we're going to get into this game against UV Stabia, who are in 2nd. Now, in terms of us maybe trying to finish in the top 3, this is a game we might need to try and win. They've got a Berardi, but probably not the Berardi you're thinking of. We're going to continue forward and get into this game here. We've been playing quite well of late, and we're getting some results. I'm playing some decent football, football in terms of knocking the ball around, and don't like man marking wingers, that is for sure. Keeping the ball, keeping possession, creating chances. I feel like we've been doing all right in that. With this 4-2-3-1 controlled system. It's not the same system that we have at HK. I did load it from the HK, but we've got them sitting slightly deeper in terms of the back line. We're not closing down as hard as we did at HK, because that would just be it would be suicide with the lads that we have, but maybe when we're in the Series A, maybe we can be there. Anyhow, 10 minutes in, it's a game that has not had much of action, but here we go as Danilo gets on the ball, and his ball finds Ivan. He's been in great form there, and he finds Grossi. Does he? He does eventually. Grossi now, his ball in, and Mauri's there, and Stefano Mauri. That's why I do like him in there as the advanced playmaker, or just as in Gacha, or, in that center attacking mid role, is because of his height. When you play Mount and him together, and they are in the box, and the ball comes into the box, more likely chance that's going to be one there. And look, Grossi there, Mauri's not going to miss that header. It's a great ball from Grossi, and we are 1-0 up here against UV Stabia. As time would say, as the table would have it, they'll go down to 52 points instead of 53, and we'll move up to 48 points, and we would be, not too far behind them. In saying that, though, they've got a chance here as I didn't even say that name. Anyway, Sonatino's there, and in the end, he's hit the post, and it's bounced clear. I was about to say it was Denitesi or whatever it was. I didn't even see it. Dentis on the ball there. Just tell me it's like Paolo. Pietro. I can pronounce Pietro. Pietro, not bad. As the game's ticking on here, you can see they're creating a few chances here, UV Stabia, but at the moment, still got the lead and see what we can do here. With Mastelli on the net to Pietro. Pietro's ball in is cleared away by Danilo. Maybe we can go on the break, and Tolucci, one of our key players there on the ball, finds Mumma, who's starting over Mountain. And that's what Mountain's been doing so well of late, as Sorrentino's in on there, and with a chance well wide, though, from the striker. Is when Mountain gets on the ball, or Tiny B now, as he's got to be known, when he gets on the ball, he lays it in and around everybody. Just people as we get an injury. He just finds people, which is so good. With that in mind, Fernandi can play at centre-back, but what we can do is Lazzi is actually a out-and-out centre-back. He's more natural as a centre-back, and apparently pretty good there. So we're going to get him at full-back on defend, because we don't need to go too far forward. We're going to get Gatti playing with Skivia, and hopefully it's not a long-term injury for Danilo. It's a potential knee injury. It could be absolutely catastrophic. Anyhow, though, we're 1-0 up at half-time here. We're going to get into the second bit of this. Don't get complacent out there. Lazia looks a little bit stressed. I'm just going to tell him, look, there's a little bit more to come from you, and he now looks motivated. We've got 45 minutes left of the game. In terms of me, I've still got another 25 minutes or so left on my break. So we should be able to finish the episode. In terms of getting it out before I get home from work, probably not. But, if we can get the video saved and then we just release it once we're at coaching later on tonight, you guys will see that in a few hours' time. It's not too bad. It doesn't really matter for you. It's just a matter of me and my schedule. As they get a corner here, and Viola's ball in there. It's headed away by Mauri, just doing the work at both ends now. Berardi on it, though, and running wide out here. His ball in is headed away by Alessandro, and maybe we can go on the break here. Ivan on the ball, and Ivan's ball looking for Tolucci, and Tolucci's obviously got very good speed and very good dribbling, and in the end he just holds it up, lays it back to Alessandro, finds Ivan into Mauri. Now Mauri can pick a pass, saying that wasn't his best there by Mauri, as it's intercepted, but we do keep the ball. Now can we recycle it out the other side? Alessandro going back down this side again, but Bianco's in some space. He's got a decent cross. That's a very good cross, and Tolucci there at the back post is unmarked, and he doesn't miss Tiziano Tolucci, and there we go. Gianluigi Bianco with the cross. It was great stuff there, and we are 2-0 up. 57 minutes played into the game against UV Stabia. Ivan on the ball, found its way to Alessandro. His ball out to Grossi. Grossi there has picked up some form after we slated him in an episode or on stream. Toulouse isn't going to miss that. He's in such good form. He's a Serie B player. My temptation, well, not my temptation. What my plan is to loan him in next season. So we're going to make a chance. Giovanni's been complaining about first team football. Adriano's that captain and not played a lot. I'm going to get Alessandro off and just get in ball winning midfield along with Mazzala, and just be a little bit more defensive in the middle of the park. What my plan is with Tolucci is to get him on loan again next season. Hopefully he doesn't want to renew his contract, or they don't offer him a new contract, and we can get him on a pre-contract with 6 months left on his loan. That would be ideal. So then we just have Tolucci for, if we're in the Serie B or in the Serie C, it doesn't really matter. Tolucci's obviously a player you want. Sonatino's coming forward. Not much on for him, and he goes from distance. We've done well to nullify the UV Stabia attack. Look, at the early point of the season, as it's a highlight, as we're going to make a few more changes. And as Tommaso Cucchetti is another player that is on loan. He's got 2 years left on his contract, so we can loan him in for another season and then buy and pick him up as the first choice goalkeeper. Same plan as Tolucci, who's now on the ball. Done well to nullify the UV Stabia attack, and you've got to remember, UV Stabia were flying in the Liga 1 spot, and now they've gone through this rough patch of form and found Lecce, who hasn't, gone for he hasn't been as good as UV Stabia. Find themselves in first. And he had the ball there. Mauri flicks on Evans. Surely, you got to score. He does. We're 3-0 up, ladies and gentlemen. Get 7th place, UV Stabia. This is absolutely amazing stuff from the Reggina Calabria boys. Ivan on the ball after a Stefano Mauri knockdown. And we're just creating some scintillating stuff. They seem to have really learnt the season, the tactic. The team cohesion has grown immensely over the stream last night. Peter, we went out and targeted a centre-back. We went out and before we got into the window, we were picking the same sort of 11 every week, so they learnt the system. And look, they're just doing some good stuff. Bianco's going to come on. We'll rest him for the next game. Giovanni can come in here for Ivan, and Giovanni can just go deep line playmaker and defend. We really shut up shop. We'll probably get Sergi on for Mauri as well, and then we'll make one more change. Actually, we probably made all 5, so that's okay. And look, we should be 3-0 up. I don't see a world where UVW scores 3, so we should be okay. You just never know. As Pietro's throw in there, and it goes back to Pietro, and they allow it out to their goalkeeper. We always concede a goal, though. We never keep a clean sheet. So I do expect us to concede right now from this highlight as Serini gets on the ball, and he's still running forward here. Looks for Sorrentino. Actually, it's now Papone on there, and his effort wasn't too far away. It kept dipping, but Tomasos is like, nah, don't worry, boss. It is going over the bar. We will be okay. Going to continue on here. 90 minutes played. There we go. No point changing the system because we're so far up. And look, we haven't created a million chances, right? But we have marshaled this game so well. Defensively, we've been an absolute unit. Skivvy has been organising that defence fairly well. And with the chances we have created, we have made them count, as we will probably keep a clean sheet now once Gutti intercepts that he does. They might have another chance to lump one long and see if they can create something. In the end, it might be a free kick, but that's because Skivvy was pushed, not the other way, which makes me think this is going to be full time now before the keeper can even kick the ball, which it is, and it's going to finish Reggina Calabria 3, UV Stabia 0. As you can tell from the stats, we marshaled the game well. It felt like when the majority of the highlights, you just thought we were always going to score every time we had a highlight, and we were just probing the spaces really well. As much as we gave them a lot of shots, a lot of their highlights were from distance, so pretty happy with that. Well done, guys. That's a great win for us. In terms of the table, we know we're going to close the gap to UV Stabia. Lecce, I think, has won. And we're still quite a fair way away from it. Costanza won and have a game in hand. So do UV Stabia, but just keeping the gap. In terms of us, got a fair gap to Trappiani in 5th. So our objective of finishing mid-table is definitely a little bit better, as Danilo is injured for the next 6 to 7 weeks. It's okay. We got some cover there, so it's not too bad. As you can tell, the board loves us. We have a new contract as well. We did that on stream, and we're currently also studying for our coaching course, I feel. We have done now. We've completed our National B, so let's see if we can get our National A in as we're not willing to do the club's finance, but that's probably fair, to be honest. Anyhow, we're going to save the episode there. That is going to be that. That's the end of episode 3 of the Reggina race. Most of this is going to be streamed on Twitch, as always, but do keep an eye on the YouTube, as the Liverpool save is still going. We do have Juventus in the first knockout round of the Champions League. It could be the end of the save, or it could be the start of a very special Champions League run. Anyhow, this is Damien signing off from YouTube. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Follow us on all the links below, so you know when we go live on Twitch, and enjoy the rest of your day, like I said before. Thank you and goodbye.